Your kid is keeping score, not on what you say to him, on what you say about him when he's not in the room. There are three places where that happens: at a kiddush, at your own Shabbat table, and it also happens in a conversation you only ever have with yourself. He finds out about all three, and let me show you. In the kiddush, you're over there, over the herring, lachamajin. The guy walks over to you that you haven't seen for a little while. And he says, so how are your kids doing? And watch what most people do. You could answer one. Baruch Hashem, everybody's great. And when you just said that, you just lied, right at the kiddush, people heard you say everything's great, really it's not. And your son, who's off the derech, or your daughter who's not dressing the way that she's supposed to, just became a family secret, trying to hide from the world. And you know what happens when you have secrets? Secrets tell the world one thing, that you have something you're very shameful about in your house. And answer number two is, you could go and tell him the whole story. Say all the things that are happening there right now. Give a eulogy over your son while he's still alive, while in front of the herring, in front of the lachamajin, in front of the whole community. Now your kid's going to become a community project. Now here's what you're supposed to say. Keep it short and keep it calm, and no apology. Say, most of my kids, they're doing great. They're flying, thank God. One of them is having a hard chapter right now in life, and we're close. We're loving him through it all. And if that person says, well, I'm sorry to hear that, you respond, no, don't be sorry. I got this. It's mine. It's my child. That's the first story that you have to understand about your feelings of your teenager. The second one is a much harder one, because it happens right there at your own table when your 8-year-old son asks you, Dad, they want to tell me, why is Shmuley not going to shul anymore? Or they ask you, why does my sister sit on the couch in a way that's not modest? It's the same trap, and there's two bad answers right there. Answer number one is, they're not feeling well. They're going through some type of illness, and that's why right there in front of the whole family. And the answer number two is that, yeah, Shmuley or your sister has made some bad choices, and that's even worse, because right there, every kid in the family just learned that what happens to you in this family, if you ever fall, is that they are considered that you are a person who makes bad choices. And the right answer is that Shmuley or your sister is just having a very hard time right now. And then they'll ask you back, but is he in trouble for this behavior? And you answer back, no. In this family, when someone's having a hard time, we love them harder. And you know what we also do? We also save them a seat. And listen here, because you're never answering the 8-year-old child. Every kid in that house, you're answering to. Because every kid in that house is listening, and so is a child who's going almost off the derech. He's always listening. He's always, the children, the words get out to the siblings, and he's going to find out exactly what you said. And that's the second one. The third scenario is a scenario that you don't have outside of your mind, outside of your body. It's happening inside you, and that is, what's going to be with my shidduchim? What's going to be with the family name and the brand, who we are? And when somebody asks me about this, I tell them, and how you feel? I'm also have shidduchim right now, and I'm also worried about my family name. But I want you to picture two families, the same situation. Family one is where they take this 16-year-old child, where they hide this child away. This child's out of the family pictures. He's out of the simchas. There's war in the house every Shabbos. That's one scenario. And you think that what you're trying to hide, you think that people don't know, but you know what? If you're having war at house, war is loud, and people don't just hear the music, they hear all the screaming. They hear the mess. It's going to get out there. And option number two, family two, is that this child is with the family just as he is, with an arm around his shoulder by every simcha, and he has a place on the table when he wants to come, how he wants to come to the table. And that's family two. And if you had a choice to decide between two families for your child, of course, I'm sure that nobody would want to marry into a family where they take one of the children because they didn't follow the way, they were a failure in the family brand. They made some mistakes, and that kid is excommunicated. That kid is not part of the family anymore, because nobody could deal with that type of dynamic, that if you make some mistakes, you're done. Nobody wants to marry into a family where they feel they made a mistakes, they're done too. Everybody wants to feel that if they made a mistake, then people will be able to accept them, because humans are humans, and people sometimes do make mistakes. And they feel that they could have the strength and the ability, resilience to deal with a child who is difficult, that's a family everybody wants to marry into. And here's the research, that kids who go off the derech don't go off because of God. They asked hundreds of people who went off, and they asked them whether it was any religion. They asked them, why did you go? And they always don't say it's God. Only 2% say because of God. Everybody else says because there was a family member, the system didn't work for me. So what does the research say? Why do kids leave? Kids leave when they feel that they love and the acceptance and the respect of the family is according to how they are religiously. And when they perform religiously, then they're loved more, and there's more warmth at home. And when they don't perform well religiously, then there's less love at home and there's less acceptance. That's the number one reason why people go off the derech. It's that face that falls by the father when a kid comes late to shul. It's that face that falls by the mother when the girl is wearing something that the mother says, how could it be that my daughter's wearing this? And this is what people don't get. When that's the approach to how we love in this family, that doesn't make the kids try harder in religion. That makes them let go of religion. That nice version, even when the kid is doing well and the father gives the child a smile when he gets a great report card, when the mother sees the kid has a nachas call and she says, oh, we love you much more now. When that happens, that's the real damage. Because that's when the children feel that the love is dependent on how well they behave. But what everybody wants, every child wants, they want to know that I'm not loved because of my behavior or because of how religious I am. Because that type of religion is a religion that's built on guilt. That's not a healthy relationship. It's a relationship that's built on control. And it runs out of gas, that type of relationship. At age 20, all of a sudden, when the kid's age 20, all of a sudden the kid doesn't have any fire for religion anymore. You know why? Because it was never an internal motivation, it was external. So now you understand why these three different scenarios matter so much. Even if your kid is not there with you at the Kiddush, but he could hear you, he could feel that message from you. You know why? Because kids can smell if they have become a problem for the family name. And if they've become a problem for the family name, they're not coming back. So there's 3 sentences here I want you to write down. Number 1 is at the Kiddush, the right response would be, this child is going through a hard chapter and we're loving him through it. And at the Shabbat table, when one of the kids asks why one of the children, other siblings is doing something that's not according to the family dynamic and rules, he said, in this family, when someone is having a hard time, we love them even harder. And to your kid himself, word for word, you always want to tell this kid the same message. You will never cost this family anything. You are this family. Say the message before he earns it. Let him catch you defending him.